Now, race fans, at our last race on the streets of Toronto, hang on, Alex, we've got some big checks for you. You're going to like this part. For the Tiffany Gate Grand Prix of Toronto, our Tiffany Gate Midway Leader Award goes to the 18 of Alex Tagliani. Leland Industries presents the Lap Leader Award. This award goes to the driver who leads the most lap at each one of our events. And for our last event in Toronto, the Leland Industries Lap Leader Award goes to Alex Tagliani. Thanks very much, Alex. Starting third, from Terrebonne, Quebec, the Assa Abloy Fast Eddie HGC Chevrolet number 3, Alex Gannett. Now, race fans, your front row. Starting on the outside of row number 1. From Grimsby, Ontario, he is your points leader. In the GSR, FBM, Delta Bingo Chevrolet number 20, Drayton Lapsevich. And in the pole position tonight, starting first in the Bayer 300, from St. Leonard-d'Aston, Quebec, the GM Paillet Chevrolet Canada number 96, Marc-Antoine Cameron. Now for our last race on the streets of Toronto, Newfoundland Touring Move of the Race Award is an award who goes to the driver who advances the most positions from his starting position to his finishing position. After starting 18th last week, Marc-Antoine Cameron finished third. That earned him the Newfoundland Touring Move of the Race Award. The E3 Spark Plugs Pole Award is the award who goes to the driver who sets the fastest time in qualifying this week. E3 Spark Plugs Pole Award goes to Marc-Antoine Cameron. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your starting grid for tonight's Bayer 300.
Thanks a lot, Adam Ross, down trackside handling pre-race ceremonies. My name's Clinton Jeffrey, and we are live here at Edmonton International Raceway for the Bayer 300, the 6th race on the NASCAR Pinty Series 2023 calendar. The drivers, as you see, are just getting ready to go. They'll have about 6 minutes to get in their cars and get ready to roll. All the dignitaries are down front, and we will be rolling here in just a moment's time. Thank you, everybody, for watching with us on TSN Plus and Flow Racing around the world here today. What a great little track we've got here at Edmonton International Raceway. It's been a banner day here. Very hot, lots of sun. Doesn't look like weather's going to be an issue, and we're excited for a great race here this evening. We saw some fantastic action here last summer, and I think we're in for the same type of race here this evening. The big thing these teams are trying to do is concentrate on getting clean out of here. They're on a western swing, and there's a great look at the stand we're in. We're just to the left, lower on that. But those are the spotters up top of the VIP suites here in Turn 1 at Edmonton International Raceway, and what a great spot that is. And that's kind of the view they're looking at.
Race fans, at
as
this
we're
time,
looking
we ask
from
if you're able
that
to please
point.
Rise and remove your hats.
We'll
as
turn
we
it back
welcome
over now as we
Motor
get
Racing
ready
Outreach
for the
Chaplain
anthems.
Tom Kipp to give tonight's invocation.
Thank you. Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, we just want to pause and acknowledge that you have given us a truly amazing evening for racing tonight. We simply ask that you bless each and every lap. God, be with our drivers, please. Keep them safe. Help them to persevere and finish strong. Be with these many fans, young and old, that they may truly have a memorable event here at the Bull Ring once again. And last, Lord, we think of our many veterans, the courage they have, and their families. Oh God, we ask that you bless them and each and every person fighting for this great land tonight here and abroad. Help them to persevere. Give them your protection. We thank you for your faithfulness, God, and that you loved us first. In Christ's name, amen.
And please remain standing as we welcome Kaylee Wilkie to sing the national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Et ta valeur de foi trempée protégera nos foyers et nos bois. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well, race fans, with that, we are one step closer to the words we've been waiting for. These drivers will have about 5 minutes to strap into these stock cars, and it'll be time to give the command. Kevin, come on over here. I suppose I could have walked over there. They're wireless. We can go anywhere we want.
That's all right, Adam. I don't mind walking over to you.
So, separate teams. You've got your announcing team up in the booth. We're going to head down to turn number 1, but what a day it's been.
It's been a fantastic day right from the minute the gates opened. In fact, whenever the haulers showed up here to the track, it's just been flat out. The excitement, the atmosphere, it's electric out here. In the stands. No, I can't hear you. How you feeling up in the stands? Are you guys ready for some NASCAR action? That's right, it's been a year since they've been here.
Always fun to come out west. The teams love it. The TV crew loves it. We all love coming out here because the crowd is so energetic. I mean, it really is a welcoming group. You make noises like that, and what could make us feel better?
That's right, that's right. No, very enthusiastic crowd, and I, myself, and all of the rest of the staff and the announce team just love putting on the show for everybody, and everybody's going to be entertained tonight by the big show, 300 laps from the Pinty Series. This is the elite, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't get any better than this in the country for NASCAR racing. Am I right? There we go, there we go. So we are going to split it up, is what I heard. Adam's going to take care of the online stream, and myself and Blaine are going to call the action from right outside for all of you fans in the house here. So we're just getting our dignitaries all lined up so we can get them ready for the most famous words in motorsports.
Yeah, we can't have them leave the facility or we'd never get the cars started. The race wouldn't go on. But folks, get this. We started in Southern Ontario, Barrie, Ontario at Sunset Speedway. We've been to Barrie. We've been to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. We've been to Quebec City, Autodrome Chaudière. We were in St. John's, Newfoundland a few weeks ago. Back to Toronto last week. And now we get into, so the Western Swing is always the pivot. You know, we have 3 races in less than a week. These 3 races shape the championship. After these 3 races, the picture will be pretty clear who we've got vying for the championship. So it's a vitally important part of the tour. This is as far west as we're going this year. So always fun to come out here and really kick the season into high gear.
Oh yeah, and we just love putting on the show for everybody. And Adam is right, this is a pivotal race and a pivotal swing out here. Last year, Mark and Anton Cameron actually won the race here, so he is defending Bear 300 champion season, as well as the defending NASCAR champ. So the race winner here went on to win the championship. So let's see if that plays out again this year.
And I'd love to look back into the statistics. It's quite possible that's not the first time that's happened. The only driver not from the province of Quebec to ever win here was Scott Steckley, who prepares the 20 team, the 22 team. So today is really the 20 and the 18 team.
Yep.
Today's an opportunity. You know, is it going to be a Quebec racer? We've got a few stout Ontario competitors. How many fans do we have of Jamie Krizik here, our only Alberta driver in the field?
Oh yeah, there we go. I was waiting for that. This is Jamie's home track right here, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely want to hear the cheers for Jamie when he manages to get around this racetrack and get into the lead.
He always runs well here.
He does. He does.
He's made things challenging for himself, but I'll tell you folks, the 74 of Kevin Lacroix, I don't know if he's ever qualified this far back in a field. If you need someone to watch some excitement, keep your eyes on that Napa number 74, because he's got a long way to go. He does not like being in the middle of these packs or the back of the pack. He'll be working his way towards the front, but we've got drivers all the way through this field who are hard chargers. There can only be one leader, there can only be one winner. That's what makes racing so much fun.
That's right, that's right. You can't describe the feeling unless you've actually been behind the wheel of a race car. To actually win a race, it's just phenomenal. From a heat race or a feature, it doesn't matter. The feeling is just the same.
I was talking to Alex Tagliani's spotter today after his win at Toronto last week. You know, talking about the festivities and how much fun it is to win in front of a big crowd. He said, you know, it was as much a relief as anything. These drivers have huge expectations, so breaking into the winner's circle is a big deal. Are we going to see someone feel that relief? Trayton Lapsevich, the driver of the 20, has won 3 races so far this year. He'd love to make it another.
Absolutely, absolutely. Trayton's been on it. I've been saying it all season long. Trayton has been on a tear. Right from race number 1 to, well, he's basically dominated on the ovals so far this season.
He really has. It'll be something to watch. Of course, Marc-Antoine Cameron, as you mentioned, last year's champion. Alex Gannett looks great behind the wheel of that familiar number 3 machine. We got a lot of stars in this field.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And don't forget that number 9, last year's Rookie of the Year, Brandon Watson. He had a really strong race last also. So keep your eyes on him. Previous race winner also, number 27 of Andrew Ranger. He won the very last race before that nasty COVID hit. So it was really awesome to actually have the cars come back and Pinty Series come back last year after COVID, and to actually see an awesome overtime finish last year.
And we may see overtime here again. That's the kind of racing we get. Folks, if you need to stretch your legs, if you need a drink, safety is our number 1 priority with NASCAR, with short track racing. So we are awaiting the return of an ambulance to be here at the racetrack. The ambulance has had to take someone for care. We are waiting for an ambulance to come back before we're able to go racing. We expect that'll be fairly quickly, but we don't want you to sit there holding your breath waiting for this to start, because it could be 30 seconds, it could be a few minutes. So if you need to stretch your legs, grab yourself a drink, recycle the last drink that you had, whatever you need to do. It's a good time to do it, but we might just be a couple of minutes.
Right on. And speaking of that, if you actually got the time for the couple of minutes, head on over to the Breezeway Bar. Go see Connie out there. She's got some wonderful Rig Hand Distillery product. One of our local distilleries and proud partnering sponsors here at Edmonton International Raceway. They did a nice, wonderful taste testing as well. Wonderful products there. Highly recommend the Raceway beer.
Well, we said it might not be long. It wasn't long.
There we go.
Race fans, No, false alarm. This is fun. Still on hold, but they were practicing for the time that it is. That's good. Okay. Well, that was exciting.
We classify that as a false start.
Yeah, definitely. I've got to go to the back of the field. If I do it again, I'm disqualified.
No lucky dogs here. But as I was saying, folks, stop into our Breezeway bar, grab some rake hand product, head on over to our concession stand, turn number 1. Best racetrack prize, voted by you, the race fans here at Edmonton International Raceway.
You know, it's so wonderful that we get to be joined by the general
Well, guys, we
manager
will
of NASCAR Canada, Tony
let them keep going down there. We're a couple more minutes here on the stream. We'll go down to Adam, who's going to top by with Tony Spiteri.
in the GTA, and then we got to see more and more of you until the thrill never wears off, Tony.
No, I became like poison ivy. I became an itch you couldn't scratch. Right, Adam? Is that the way it is?
It wouldn't. Let's go with wouldn't. I could, but I won't.
Hey, listen, Adam, in all seriousness, I want to thank Ron and Loretta. I'd like the crowd, if you could put your hands together, give Ron and Loretta and everybody here from the Edmonton track. You know, at NASCAR, we're blessed to have a lot of tracks want us to be there. It's a great brand, and we've got great entertainment. But nowhere in the country, really in North America, will you see more dedicated promoters and dedicated race fans than Ron and Loretta. I'm blessed to know them and have them as friends. To you, the race fans who are here on a Saturday night, from everybody in our family at NASCAR, we say thank you. Thank you for filling the stands and continuing the tradition of great stock car racing in North America.
Thanks so much, Tony. Well said.
Thanks, Tony. That was awesome.
And every year we come out here, there is new improvements. Wonderful. See, let's hear from the fans in the aluminum grandstands down in turn number 4. Please make as much noise as you possibly can. Let's get rowdy down there. You weren't even here when we first started coming. You were just a clear view of the golf course if you got up high enough. So that is now an amazing vantage point. The things that Ron and Loretta have done here to add on to this facility and tidy up the facility, that turn 1 is one of the most amazing photographs, not just in racing. Like, who would have thought of that? If you've never had a chance to sit up there, folks, I believe they have ticket packages where you can buy seats up there. That is a cool place to watch the races from here. Again, it's just creative thinking and hard work, and I know Ron does a lot of the heavy lifting himself, and Loretta does a lot of the heavy thinking herself, and they're just a great team, and they give a great playground for all of us to come out here and have a good time.
Yes, absolutely. So everybody give Ron and his staff and his crew a nice, wonderful round of applause for the work that they've done this week and this year to help get the track all ready and everything. Got a brand new announce booth for Adam and the boys at TSN right over there, right by the sea camp. Got the best seats in the house, man.
You know what? It's really cool down there. Literally really cool, because there's no door or window, so the wind just blows through. You can smell it, you can feel it. I love it.
Oh yeah, seeing the race from turn number 1. Oh, folks, I'm telling you, when you next year get your C-Can tickets like now before you leave the track, because it sells out real quick. Especially now, we got brand new theater seating that we just put in, so it's nice cushioned seat bottoms and seat backs, so you can really sit there and watch the race in comfort.
I noticed that, but Ron, there's no theater seats in that at the announcer's booth. It's coming? Okay. Well, while we're at, there's no ice cream machine in there either. Is that on the way? A beer fridge? Well, a good compromise. See, this is how if you negotiate in front of a lot of people, you almost can't say no. You just got to smile and nod and thumbs up. So, but no, the work that goes in, the hospitality, the warm welcome that we get, and I know these teams feel it, not just at the racetrack, but the hotels, the signs that are near the airport, welcome race fans, all that. It just feels amazing to show up here and put on a show, folks.
Yes, all week long, it's been NASCAR week in Wetaskiwin. It actually started last Friday, and it continued on all the way throughout the week, culminated here today. And I want everybody to give all of our volunteers, staff, all of our partnering sponsors who helped pull off this astronomical event and this long week. It's been incredible. It's been a whirlwind. I can honestly say it has been a whirlwind. So this is to all of our staff here at EIR and all of our hard-working volunteers and sponsors. Let's hear it for all of them, folks.
We are still on that holding pattern. Let's talk a little bit more of the season that's been.
What should we talk about?
So I was listening to the rumor mill up there. They're pointing to it. They found it. No, really? No, for real? Promise me. All right, race fans, it is time. Join me in welcoming once again the counselor for the city of Wetaskiwin, the executive director of the Wetaskiwin District Heritage Museum, Karen Aberle, to give tonight's command.
Thank you. Drivers, start your engines.
All right. And just like that, we are ready to go. Clinton Jeffrey back up here in the announce booth for the stream team today. Glad to be here as you're watching with us on TSN Plus or Flow Racing around the world. We are here at the beautiful Edmonton International Raceway and getting ready to go for the Bear 300. 300 laps on this tight little bull ring, and it is a quarter mile. It is tight. It's got lots of grooves and lots of action we saw last season, expecting the same here today. A fantastic crowd has shown up, and I'll be joined by Adam Ross here in the booth shortly as he makes the semi-long jog from the front stretch around the turn one into our vantage point here. We had a fantastic autograph session for about an hour, nearly an hour ago, and man, it was packed down there on the front straightaway. Let's take a look at some racing business here. This is the 6th race of the NASCAR Pinty Series 2023 season. Trayton Lapsevich comes into tonight as the point leader. He's got 224 markers. He's 19 points ahead of Kevin Lacroix and 30 points ahead of Marc-Antoine Cameron, the pole sitter here tonight. 33 behind is LP Dumoulin, and rounding out the top 5 is Alex Gannett, only 34 behind. And if we go far down as 6th place, Tagliani is only 38 markers behind. So we have 6 drivers within 40 points, and as Adam mentioned, this is a big part of the deciding factor of the championship battle here for the NASCAR Pinty Series season, because what happens here usually dictates where we end up for the rest of the season. Cars will now make their way around and get ready to go. All of them have been able to drive away under their own power, so none of them will need assistance, and we'll get ready to go here in just a couple more pace laps as we get them all scuffed up and ready to roll. Adam Ross has made his way back up to the announcing booth, and Adam, welcome back here. Do you need to catch your breath? Are you good to go?
Yeah, give me 100 laps. I'll be good to go. No, what a crowd, what a day. It's been unbelievable. Let me tell you, that little bit of a delay. We're waiting for the ambulance to get back. These drivers, it's already been a long, hot day. Those drivers had to be, thankfully the sun is partly down, but it is still warm in these cars. When the cars aren't running, there's nothing to cool these drivers.
Yeah, we were talking about that up here and how difficult that must be for the teams. You know, even just sitting there for the 6 minutes after you get in the car, trying to get yourself strapped in, but any additional time has got to be extra troublesome. We see Trayton Lapsevich stopped on the back straightaway in the 20 car. Typically that's probably just a wheel index issue, or at least that's what we're hoping for the point leader, Adam.
Usually that's what it would be. That's a little bit longer than a steering wheel adjustment. And I know the team was concerned earlier on about a motor that was feeling a bit soft, but they said, no, you know what, we think we don't want to change an engine here. We're going to go with what we've got. I hope that's not an engine that's gone south, but we'll know shortly. The 20 pit is right down in front of us, so we will know quickly. But Trayton Lapsevich is getting a push from the push truck, and that car has not fired, so they'll wait for the field to go by, and then Lapsevich will cruise down to pit road.
Yeah, the tow truck backed off like he fired up, but the 20 car did not drive on through it. So
I think he had to back off because he didn't want to push him past the entrance to the pits.
I'm with you.
So yeah, this is going to be a big problem for the point leader if he has to go to the pit area.
19 points was the advantage for Trayton Lapsevich coming into this event. He makes the hard left turn. Now, technically, that push truck has to get off. He can't push him all the way down pit road. Push him to, but that crew's got to get down there and gather that car. The push truck cannot push beyond the entrance of pit road.
And now we see the whole crew pacing down there. They've got some other teams helping them out. And even looks like the White Motorsports team have jumped in there to shove that car down where it needs to get to.
A lot of camaraderie here in the pits. Everybody wants to beat Trayton Lapsevich this year, but this isn't how they want to do it.
No, classic racers, you know, you do what you can to get him out there so you can beat him on the track, not in the pits. But wow, this is a head scratcher out of them. They knew they had trouble. They took a gamble, and it's not paying off so far.
But an engine going soft, an engine starting to lay down, something has to be going wrong that would rob a bit of horsepower, but not make it fail completely. This kind of failure makes you think of maybe a coil wire, a fueling issue.
Bad switch, could be lots of things in the electrical system that could cause this problem.
So the crew going to work. Some of them have gone back to the toolbox, the pit cart, to gather tools. NASCAR will, out of courtesy, take some time here, but they won't take a long time. This crew knows that they've got to work quickly. The window net is coming down on that race car. They'll get the smallest crew people they can to climb right in.
What do you think they found, Adam?
Well,
they're buttoning it up.
That crew member pulled their helmet off, thankfully.
Still crew in both sides of the Delta Bingo Gaming GSR 20 for Trayton Lapsevich.
I think that's Scott Steckley.
I think so as well.
That is the master in there. He's cutting at wires.
Asking for some tape, so maybe they found the problem.
There is nobody I would rather have to diagnose what's going on and repair it than Scott Steckley and the people he has assembled. Jeff Lapsevich, the crew chief.
Is that Mike Charret giving us a 1 to go sign, Adam? I think it is.
I can't imagine with the field not doubled up. Okay, Trayton Lapsevich, that 20 car is rolling. If that is the 1 to go, that field is not bunched up whatsoever. The outside row should move ahead, so Alex Tagliani going to roll up to the outside of the front row. We are about to go green with the Bayer 300.
And Lapsevich right to the back. He was supposed to start on the front row. Here we go. Green flag is out. It'll be Tagliani on the outside. Trying to hold off Marc-Antoine Cameron, who will roll the bottom.
Down the back straight away. Cameron will clear the 18 of Tagliani. He's going to lead this lap. He's got the whole racetrack to work with. They battle side by side for second. Alex Cadet in the 3 on the inside. The 18 of Tagliani up high.
Brandon Watson, the third car on the inside lane with Andrew Rager right behind him, trying to roll that line. They're door to door with Tagliani on the outside.
You know, something interesting playing about the starting grid. It looks nothing like the practice results. In practice, Kevin Lacroix was up in the top 3. He qualified outside of the top 10. There's a lot of cars that are going to be on the move forward that are starting deep in the
same thing with Cameron, the opposite story. He practiced around 10th, ended up on the pole, and he's pulling away here a bit over Alex Gannett and Brandon Watson. Now, Brandon Watson, Adam, this is his kind of track. I expect good things out of the 9 today if he can keep it clean.
And he's going to take advantage early. Brandon Watson, he knows when to work his race car. He knows when to turn laps. And I think right now he wants to get around that 3 and close in on the race leader.
We're going to look here at the battle around 10th place with LP Dumoulin and DJ Kennington trying to roll the back door of the Lacroix 74. And they are side by side. Now they get in line into turn number 1.
LP Dumoulin is the only driver in the field to have completed every lap since the series started coming here in 2014.
You know, you made a good comment during the pre-race that we heard. Only a Quebec driver has ever won this race.
I think we're ripe for an Ontario driver to do pretty well with the likes of Brandon Watson, of course DJ Kennington ever present, and Trayton Lapsevich in that 20. Lapsevich trying to work his way forward.
And he's got around 5 or 6 already. Now we'll work to the inside of Nouveau 24 as they go into turn number 3 down on the bottom. We know the 20 is a fast car, should be able to pick his way through here.
Well, now they've all gone single file at the front of the field. Creighton Lapsevich should be able to pick off cars, but once he gets to the top 10, it's going to be very challenging for the young man and all of his competitors.
Marc-Antoine Cameron with a big lead already, though.
All of his competitors know he's the points leader. They want to make his life as hard as possible, and they will.
Nose to tail through, 1 and 2 they go. That's the battle for second and third we're watching as Brandon Watson works on the back end of the Alex Gannett number 3. And right behind them is the 27 of Andrew Ranger and Alex Tagliani.
Brandon Watson, you can see, is rolling the center of these corners better than Alex Gannett, but he just can't get the drive off to make a move to the inside. But you know that's what he's trying to set up.
We are working lap 14 here as Cameron comes around. Of course, this is the Barrett 300, so a long, long way to go on this short quarter-mile bull ring. Cameron, Gannett, Watson, and Ranger are the top 4 right now, but Cameron is really stretching it out.
You know, and he's only faster than the rest by maybe a tenth or 2 a second a lap, but it's a short track. That shows itself quite a bit. He's got all the racetrack to work with, nothing in his rearview mirror. He is sitting pretty right now and driving very comfortable laps.
Everybody pretty much stuck to the bottom down on that yellow line, especially up front. It's the quick way. We've watched Kevin Lacroix during practice how to have 2 left sides underneath the yellow, but for the race, they're pretty much all just right on that lip.
We're only on lap 18, so these drivers, they're feeling what their car is doing, and they'll feel the progression of the race car. What is it going to do? Is it going to get tighter? Is it going to get looser? As they feel it, they're scouting for opportunities as well.
Everybody looking for a line to move up a position or 2, but right now, everybody just kind of rolling. Trayton Lapsevich has moved himself up a bunch of positions already.
He's working on LP Dumoulin in the 47. Dumoulin not giving him that line. He's going to make him earn it. Deeper in the field, Chantel Kalika just made a move on the 0 of Glenn Stiers, but she wasn't able to do it.
I believe it's showing the Lapsevich car as the Cameron in position 11, but that's really Trayton Lapsevich on our ticker here.
We've got a couple of little scoring glitches because we got Dumoulin, Kennington, timing and scoring. I think that must be on fastest lap. But we've also got a problem with Cameron and Lapsevich.
Watching the battle for second, Watson charging into 3 up the back door there of the Assa Abloy number 3 of Alex Gannett. And as he does that, Andrew Ranger licking his lips, looking for a line to the bottom. Tagliani, the most recent winner here on the tour on the streets of Toronto.
Just got a report from the pits. It was the kill switch for Trayton Lapsevich that went bad. So they just had to either circumvent the kill switch or fix the wiring that had gone bad. Man, Brandon Watson all over the 3 of Gannett. He's got a nose to the inside down the front stretch. I don't think he's going to back out of it this time. He is there and not backing down.
Backed out a little bit as Gannett come down across the nose of the number 9, just a touch. Watson knows a long way to go in this one, and a master on the short goes right down low though, and now Gannett gets a half car length on him.
Yeah, Gannett built out a little bit of gap. Ranger built out a little bit of gap over Tagliani. You're only dealing with half a car length, but it's more than what they've been working with the last number of laps. Perhaps Watson is backing up to try to make a big run as DJ Kennington. He has popped a radiator or a rad hose on that 17.
Yeah, I see all the fluid leaking out under the hood of the Castrol Edge Dodge. Back to the battle though. There's a look at the Watson 9 with Ranger on his back bumper again. Cameron is half a track out front of this group.
Side-by-side battle deeper in the field. Thomas Neveu in the 24 trying to work the 1 of JP Bergeron. Jamie Krizik right behind him. They have pulled away from the 84 of Larry Jackson, but they're quite a ways behind the 20 of Trayton Lapsevich, who is beside LP Dumoulin. So some of these drivers starting to realize it's time to go. They've got to make their moves.
Viewers at home watching the battle between Thomas DeVoe and then also the 46 of Krizik and that 1
Brandon Watson is all but pushing Alex Gannett all the way around this racetrack. When he's square on the back bumper, it's not too irritating to the 3 driver, but when he gets to the left rear corner of that bumper, it is a big handful for Alex Gannett in that 3.
Yeah, just buffed a little bit of that baby blue off the nose right where it would be. Still working on that backside, trying to get it out of position, but the Gannett car is running really good at him.
Gannett is running right to the bottom of the racetrack in the center of the corners. He wants Brandon Watson to go to the outside. Brandon Watson doesn't want that spot bad enough to go to the outside to make the move. Cameron gets to the inside of Glenn Stiers. Chantel Kalika going to take advantage and drive to the inside as well. Stiers tries to clear her back, and he will keep that position.
Cameron got 2 cars a lap down already, and he is going to look to pick up and put down as many as he can until we get a yellow here, because that will certainly help him in the long run. Around 2 they go. There's a good battle once again between the Krizik and the 1 car. Rolling at it once again, but they're near the back at him.
Andrew Ranger just got real loose out of turn number 4 as well, with Alex Tagliani right behind him. There might be a problem on that 27. Watch how loose he's getting on corner exit. He's losing a lot of speed. If he tries to give it throttle, the car breaks right loose on him.
Yeah, Tagliani all over the back bumper of the Paille Chevrolet number 27. And we get a look at it there as they battle out there. And again, Ranger loose and Tags rolling on that back bumper.
Marc-Antoine Cameron just got to Larry Jackson. He tried to go to the inside. Larry Jackson is a true gentleman of the sport, but he's not that big a gentleman. You're the leader. Go around the long way, fella.
That's a fair assessment. Cameron still continuing to stretch out his lead. He is coming into turn 1 now, and the rest of the field just coming off of turn 4.
40 laps. Once we get to the 50 lap mark, these drivers are really going to know what they have. As Alex Tagliani to the inside of Ranger. This could be a long ride backwards for Andrew Ranger in that 27.
Dexter Stacy, the next one to fill that freight train gap and hitch his caboose to the engine here of Alex Tagliani to try and freight train that 27 back a few more spots. Donald Teague in the battle along with Lacroix, and then Trayton Lapsovich. And you know, all of them would love to put Ranger in the back.
Andrew Ranger knows what he's doing on the high side of a racetrack, but Alex Tagliani cleared himself off of turn number 2, and Ranger were able to drop in behind that 18. That was a huge break for the driver of the 27.
Now Watson finally gets to the inside of the Gannett number 3. He will assume position number 2, and we'll see how fast he can gap away from the 3. Was the 3 holding him up and hit a half a lap? It looks like he certainly was. He
is a half a lap behind race leader Cameron right now. Tagliani is faster than Gannett, but Andrew Ranger just caught the back bumper of the 18. We got them side by side. Right behind them, the 80 of Donald Teague alongside Dexter Stacy.
Stacy pinned up on the outside. Lacroix will fill that hole and try and pin that recap recovery drink car to the outside. Once again, a bit of contact there with Lacroix and Stacy.
Aggressive racing by these drivers, but it's a lot easier to make a pass that someone else opens the door for. So you want to push your limits, push your race car, and really make the most. That's what Lacroix is doing. Trayton Lapsovich in position right behind him as well. And the 47 of LP Dumoulin is all but pushing Trayton Lapsovich.
Watching the battle there, as we were just speaking of, Lacroix with Dexter Stacy, Lapsovich, and LP Dumoulin as they run for positions near the top 10.
Man, Dexter Stacy is really giving that car a nice drive on the outside. Kevin Lacroix is being very respectful, leaving a lane out there. Looks like Lacroix will clear the 92, and now it'll be Trayton Lapsovich's turn to try to make progress. Cameron has caught the tail of the field, but he's got lap traffic racing side by side directly in front of him.
Yeah, 50 laps complete, now 51, and coming for 52 for Marc-Antoine Cameron. The cars, as we know, Adam, as they run side by side, are going to be harder to get around, but he's got such a huge margin. It's almost going to take a yellow or a catastrophic problem for Cameron for Watson to catch them here.
And I'm sure his spotter is talking to him, Marc-Antoine Cameron's spotter, saying, look, you've got such a huge advantage. This might not be very convenient, but just wait.
I gotta wonder if Watson's getting the same message. You have the fastest car except for one. Don't burn it up too bad. He's got a massive lead. Don't burn it down trying to reel in that 96 right now.
Exactly, he knows that. Brandon Watson is such a smart oval track racer. He'll just be turning laps. He's not going to catch the 96. We're going to get a halfway break regardless and then 70 more laps. So all he's got to do is keep on the lead lap. And I think it's a pretty safe bet he's going to do that.
Yeah, talking to teams up and down the pit road today, Adam, that seems to be the modus operandi today, to keep these cars clean so you have not too much work and can enjoy your Western swing as opposed to having to thrash for 2 races coming up Wednesday in Saskatoon.
You're absolutely right. Andrew Ranger sliding backwards in the 27. Trayton Lapsevich got by in the 20. The 47 of LP Dumoulin is there to go by as well. Ranger putting up a good fight, but his car is just a little bit off.
Watching the battle here with the 9 of Watson, Gannett in the 3, the 18 of Tagliani. Those are your cars running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with Donald Teague about 5 car lengths and maybe 10 back of them.
Watson will get to the outside of Chantel Kalika. She'll give plenty of room up there. For Chantel Kalika, she runs this race basically because it's here. Her focus and that of Matt Shirley in the 28 is really on Wednesday night in Saskatoon. But she's out here to support the series, keep the nose clean on that AGI 43.
Good way to shake it down, make sure you don't have any problems and get comfortable back behind the wheel. You're the guy Adam told me many years ago, it's very tough to do something when you only get to do it once a year.
No, absolutely true. Chantel Kalika will run 3 races, maybe 4 races a year. She runs late models out here and she does fairly well, just like Matt Shirley, just like Jamie Krizik. But these NASCAR Pinty Series stock cars are a different animal.
Watson works his way to the outside of Larry Jackson, as will Gannett and Tagliani as they have to make that move onto the back straightaway. We see them trying to get to the outside of the Dayco. O'Neill's 84 for Larry Jackson.
Andrew Ranger's number 27 is so loose. I almost wonder if he's got a right rear tire going down. The car is almost not even drivable for him, and he can drive a loose race car. Oh, trouble! Trayton Lapsevich, our points leader, goes around.
Got turned in turn 3. Did you see who got him, Adam?
I don't know if it was just a chain reaction. It did cost him a lap, so that Marc-Antoine Cameron being that far out in front, that's a big issue, as Trayton Lapsevich is a lap down.
But he'll be the first one a lap down, so...
He won't get the free pass this time because you can't get the free pass when you cause the caution.
So in that situation, they would just skip to who was next in line?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Once again, we are live here, and here's a quick replay of it.
So he was the inside of Donald Teague.
Ooh.
You know what?
I
think Lapsevich spun that car out to avoid spinning Donald Teague, if I'm being honest. Because it looked like he traveled into the corner and the car was going to push into the 80, and he aborted the mission. That's my first glance. Otherwise, how do you explain that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Get another look at it here. And watch the 80 on the outside.
He made contact with the 80.
I'd like to see that one more time if we can. He just looked like he was like loose and pushing all at the same time. He was out of kilter coming into the turn. And I can agree with that, Adam. It may have been an avoidance maneuver.
These drivers will adjust their brake bias throughout the race. Let's have another look.
Like right there, he's already in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Because LP was nowhere near him. That can't be blamed on the car behind him.
But you know, to win a championship in this, it's not easy. These are the days you have to battle back. And if you can score a decent finish on a day like today for a car like the 20, it's going to be rewarding. We have cars down on pit road. We're looking at the Bergeron number 1 getting a right rear adjustment. You can see behind them the Castrol Edge Dodge of DJ Kennington still working on his car. And there's Ranger getting that right rear adjustment that he so badly needed as well.
So in Ranger's car, they adjusted both sides. So I would imagine they're adjusting the track bar on both sides of that race car to try to get him some bite coming off the corner. It used to be easy because it was only a wedge adjustment and we could tell what they were doing. Now it's made a lot more difficult to know which hole they're in at the back of the car.
As we mentioned, DJ Kennington still riding on pit road here, has not been out for the last 40 or so laps.
So race fans, if you've ever wondered on the back window of these race cars,
there's holes that they put the wedge wrenches through, or the track bar ratchets. Some of the cars have colored tape, so the crew members know which hole to put the ratchet in because they're close together. The last two cars, JP Bergeron and the 84, Larry Jackson, the last two cars in line, it's very visible. One's yellow, one's red. So you better know which hole you're sticking that wrench in to make the adjustment.
Once again, under caution here at Edmonton International Raceway. It's race number 6 of the NASCAR Pinty Series 2023 National Tour here. Been a fantastic day, and we're having a great race so far.
The biggest crowd we've ever had here at Edmonton International. Ron and Loretta Thiering have built new grandstands. The structures have been there for a couple of years, but they weren't being used. Now they're both being used, and boy, oh boy, the fans are filling them. They're not 100% full, but there's a lot more seats here this year than there was last year.
You know, we were talking with some of the drivers and teams during the autograph session, and one of them said to me, it's deceiving how many people actually sit in these grandstands, because they brought them all out around the cars. There was a ton of people out for autograph session. It was super well attended today.
By my rough count, you can fit about 2,000 people just in the main grandstand at the start-finish line, and I believe the other two aren't that much smaller. And who was here for this race? The mayor, the member of parliament, the councillor, everybody showed up. We're back under green and the mayor 300.
So this is what Brandon Watson wanted. They're going to reel that 96 right back to him. And Gannett comes across the nose. We got contact. Tagliani, Watson, and Tej all in there, and they're 3 wide off of 4. Watson with problems. Flat left rear.
Watson, I don't know.
Oh!
Jackson goes around off of turn number 4. That car sits sideways on the racetrack. We have not gone to yellow. Larry Jackson pulls out right into the middle of the racetrack, and he's got to get moving.
Watson kept going as well, not sure what's wrong with the 9. He was clearly limping for 3/4 of a lap, but now he's grabbed the gear and will find himself in the tail position. Wow, how things have changed.
He's not on the throttle. Like I heard, he's just coasting around the back of the pack. The back of that car, the left rear corner of that car looks like it's squatting on the ground. No, maybe not.
I gotta wonder if he's got a tire softening up a little bit. Still some air in it, but does not look like the 9 it was 3 laps ago.
He's back up to speed now at the back of the field.
Cameron, as we watch him try and streak out once again ahead of Alex Gannett, Donald Tej. And of course, the 84 of Jackson is a back marker now after being the backwards on the grass, with Lacroix will be 4th, Tagliani will be 5th.
The field has sorted itself, single file. JP Bergeron, that car, like the adjustment they made, he's all over Jamie Krizik. Now he'll drive to the inside. And that number 46, that's a battle at the tail end of the field.
Trayton Lapsmith trying to get under Ranger as they work through the backstretch and into turn number 3. We're watching Bergeron and Krizik as that battle loosens off a little bit.
Ranger as well got some adjustments. Let's see if it woke up the 27. But I can tell you just from watching it, that car is still bad loose on corner exit.
One car that is not bad is that 96 of Marc-Antoine Cameron. Big lead again as he streaks out ahead of the 3 for the second time. Tej is all over the back bumper and applying pressure on the Gannett number 3 as they get off of 4. He's got great exit speed now.
And we've got a few distinct packs of racing going on. Dexter Stacy drives to the inside of Larry Jackson. That's not a battle for position, but that'll crowd things up in 3 and 4. But Glenn Stiers has a pack of cars at the tail end of the field. There's a 5-car pack battling for 2nd, and then there's a 4-car pack battling for about 8th on back.
I got my eye on that right front of Alex Tagliani. He's got the fender pushed in quite a bit. It's already folded in front of the right front. All kinds of contact marks on it. So watch the nose of the 18 out of on the right front.
Yeah, that fiberglass is pushed back. It looks like he mostly got the fiberglass.
Oh! Tej into the back of Gannett. Gets him loose into turn number 3, and he will take position number 2. Gannett puts him squarely in the sights, ready for a payback.
Donald Tej knows you got to run away. Once you make that move, you've got to drive away, put a gap between yourself and the driver you just bumped and ran, and that's what he's doing in that 80 machine.
He had him jacked up again, and now LP Dumoulin on the back door of Tagliani, who's on the back end of Lacroix, but here on the street, still watching the battle for second with Tej over Gannett.
Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Alex Gannett still in the tire tracks of that 80. Not able to get much closer than about half a car length. Let's see if Tej can close in on Cameron, who is the race leader.
Still looking at this battle. This is Tagliani with Lacroix to the outside, and LP Dumoulin right behind him. 3 of Quebec's best right at it as they work their way through turns 1 and 2, and LP Dumoulin slides it up underneath the Lacroix 74 as they both apply pressure to the back end of the Tagliani 18.
Now LP Dumoulin right up ahead of Lacroix, behind Tagliani. Let's see how much pressure he can put on here. Out in front, Marc-Antoine Cameron by a little more than half a straightaway over Donald Tej. And Alex Gannett is caught back up. He only had a half car length to close in, but he's caught up enough that Tej has actually moved up the racetrack.
As we watch Tej, he's up a lot higher, especially through the turns. Not so bad that time, but when he came past the previous time, he was a full lane up in turn number 2.
At the back of the field, Brandon Watson just got to the inside of Glenn's tires, and that opened the floodgate. Jamie Krizik goes by. Now Chantel Kalika gets the nose of that 43 to the inside. Stiers will close the door on the 43, and she backed out.
Still watching that battle with Tej and Gannett. In behind them, Tagliani has now taken position number 4. Lapsevich is only 1 car back, but he's still going to be down a lap, right?
Yeah.
So all the cars running good. He's still trying to pass these cars, but will still find himself 1 lap down to the field. Sitting in position 12 though, so not too bad, but still, if he's going to win this, we'll need to get back on the main lap tonight.
Remember, Clinton, we're going to run 3 points-paying races in the next 5 nights. These 3 races always play a huge factor in the outcome of the championship.
We were talking about that after you mentioned it down during your pre-race about how, however they come out of this is basically sets up the run to the finish for the championship.
How they leave the Western swing will decide whether they take a conservative approach to the rest of the season, or do they have to pull out all of the stops and start making aggressive decisions.
Cameron where he wants to be. Tej in position number 2. There we look at Glenn Stiers trying to hold off the Matthew Shirley number 28 car with Chantel Kalika in the rears of them.
Shirley is actually going to rewrap that car for Wednesday night in Saskatoon. I think that's kind of cool. They've got a new partnership coming on board, so he says, I got to keep the fenders on it because we got new vinyl to put on.
Looking good so far, Matthew. 198 to go. That means we're 102 in the books. 1/3 into the distance here, the Bear 300 at Edmonton International Raceway. Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross with you as we bring it to you live.
Yeah, I had my math way off earlier. It was 100 laps to the break. Just punch me when I get that wrong.
I wasn't listening to what you had to say anyways.
Great battle deeper in the field. Larry Jackson in the 84, the 1 of JP Bergeron, the 9 of Brandon Watson. It's not for position entirely, but it's getting crowded over there just ahead of our race leader.
Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide almost in front of him. Now Cameron's got to try to find the quick way through. Neither of them are going to let him go by.
Whoa, a little bit of contact there with Larry Jackson and JP Bergeron. Marc-Antoine Cameron right there in the tracks of Bergeron as they drive into 1 and 2. Behind them, Donald Tej right up on the back bumper of the 3 of Alex Gannett. That's your battle for second.
Bergeron will let Cameron go, as they like to say, if it's not your day, show some courtesy. It can be repaid back when it is your day.
The best racers run with that philosophy, Clinton, because you know what they say about paybacks.
So we see Cameron now pulling up on the back bumper of the 9 of Watson.
What a change of fate with these drivers. Brandon Watson has clear racetrack, and the car seems to have recovered from whatever ailed it. The only good thing Brandon can take is if he does get overtaken, it'll be a long time before anyone else is in the free pass position.
Cameron gets to the inside. Nothing Watson can do except watch him drive by. Out the drivers team in 2023 with this series. It has been, if you don't like the lineup or the running order right now, give it 10 laps because it'll probably a lot different. There's been so much coming and going here in these races.
No, there really has, and there is here tonight as well. Although it's happening quick tonight. Donald Teach came and then went. Now he's trying to come again on the back end of the 3 of Alice Connect. Whoa, contact between LP Dumoulin and Glenn's tires in the 0.
The 0 car will give way. Another driver there who's just trying to keep it clean and pick up some more experience here in the West. Dexter Stacy will get passed, as will Lacroix, around the 0 car of Steyrs. And we will work on lap 188 to go. Well, now, sorry, 186 to go. Quickly winding this one together.
Laps happen fast here when there's 13 seconds. They'll settle into a race pace of around 13 and a half seconds per lap.
We'll be into a break at the halfway point, right around 35 more laps to go. So drivers being told, if you're not happy, ride it out. Can you just make it 34 more laps? Crew chief says yes. Driver says, heck no, get me in now.
Well, right now, 9 cars run on the lead lap. Thomas Neveu is the last of those drivers in the 24 machine. He's about half a straightaway ahead of Marc-Antoine Cameron.
Working down the field, we look at Dexter Stacy and Kevin Lacroix. Currently, that's the battle for 6th and 7th. Lacroix has 6. Dexter Stacy back in position number 7.
This is a very difficult track to pass on. There's one great groove, it is on the inside. So you either need to force a mistake, wait for a driver to make a mistake, or be much, much faster than the car you're overtaking.
Cameron with another massive lead once again. It's more than half a straight or half a track once again.
We continue to watch this battle for the 6th spot between Kevin Lacroix trying to hold off Dexter Stacy. Andrew Ranger actually closing in on this duo. Stacy gets to the inside. Little bit of rubbing through 3 and 4, but Stacy keeps the nose down low.
Stacy got him off the bottom. Now they're wheel to wheel through 1 and 2. Stacy keeping the 74 pinned up high. Kennington coming back out onto the speedway after what seems like 100 laps in the pits.
And Dexter Stacy's using a classic move. Driving in deep on the inside and let the car move up and up and up the track until you basically run the driver to the outside out of will. And that's what he did there. Kevin Lacroix could try to get him back, but I expect Kevin's just going to settle in and feel his car for the next 26 laps.
Well, his crew chief, Donnie Thompson Jr., veteran champion here. Before it was the Pinty Series, knows these cars, and if anybody can make adjustments, it's that team.
But you gotta be on the lead lap. There's 25 laps remaining till the midway point, and Marc-Antoine Cameron is only half a straightaway back from Andrew Ranger and Kevin Lacroix.
He's put a lot of cars down a lap already in this go. 173 to go, and he crosses the stripe the next time.
And it's unbelievable. 18 stock cars fills this racetrack.
Yeah, they are nose to tail all the way around as we look at the 27 of Andrew Ranger, currently running in 8th with a lot of overheating out of steam pouring out the idiot valve there on the right side of the 27 of Ranger.
He's done. He's just pulled down to the inside, pushing a lot of water.
Yeah, you can see that stream streaking out. We can still see it pouring out there. And that's in a spot where even he can see it. Now the hot water spraying all over the crew there as it sprays on them.
It is unbelievable the amount of bad luck, the variety of ways in which Andrew Ranger has failed to finish in the last season.
Very true, very true. And his teammate here in the other Paillet car has really rolled away. What a day for Marc-Antoine Cameron so far.
He's having his way with his field. You talked about it. He was not impressive in practice earlier today. He was mediocre at best, but when qualifying came out.
While we were waiting for the ambulance to get here, we had extended time to watch them prepare their steering wheel. They had 2 different steering wheels in the car, Adam. They were messing with it for a good 5 minutes, trying to figure out the connections and get going. And Matthew Shirley doesn't back it into the wall right in front of us. We could almost reach out and touch him.
Yeah, that is racing in 3D, Clint.
And it will grab a gear and pull away, and that will bring out the yellow again.
He maxed out the pucker factor on that spin. Like that.
But he did what he was supposed to do, keep the fenders on it as he's rolling back up to the wall. I'm like, just keep it nice, and it stopped like a foot from where it needed to be. So
tell me more about the steering wheels.
We don't know. We watched them. They had 2 steering wheels. They had one went out. They were messing with the connections on the dash for a good 5 minutes at least, I would say. The TSN crews were all over it, shooting right in the windshield. So not sure whether it was a radio button or something like that they were working on, but they were definitely having some wiring issues with the steering wheel to get this one started, but it doesn't look like it's harming them at all now.
No, it sure doesn't seem it.
So now they'll have to take a moment and get the field in the proper lineup. We're about 15 laps from the halfway break. At this moment, Adam, while we have a quick moment, let's take a short break here and we'll be right back live from Edmonton International Raceway. Well, welcome back to Edmonton International Raceway. Once again, it's NASCAR Pinty Series round number 6 on the 2023 National Tour here in Canada. This is the farthest we go west to Wetaskiwin, Alberta, just south of Edmonton. What great hospitality we've had here. They just had the crowd doing the wave on our break, which was awesome.
Oh, it's a boisterous crowd here. The crowd's very vocal when we come out west. It's awesome. And you know when they're the most vocal, Clint?
When?
When the anthem is sung.
Yes.
They sing. The Western crowd sings the anthem back to a point where you can hear it over top of the anthem singer.
Fantastic anthem today, too.
Yeah.
You can't always say that, but tonight it was fantastic.
Kaylee did a great job.
So the field looks like it's getting ready to restack. Thomas DeVoe will be the free pass car.
And he runs in the 8th position, so there's now 8 cars on the lead lap. With this being so close to the midway point of the race, there will probably be 9 cars on the lead lap. Unless something crazy happens, but that should be the opportunity for Brandon Watson to get himself back onto the lead lap.
Well, he will restart mid-pack.
Yeah, he's going to have to race for it because Brandon Watson is in tough out there.
Gotta wonder if whatever was ailing the 9 is ready to go. Lap counter showing 139 complete.
And actually, he's going to have to fight off Trayton Lapsevich, so I should say one of those drivers are going to be vying for the free pass. We're ready to go back to green here in the Bayer 300. It'll be 140 laps complete.
Cameron with the jump gets the lead off to turn 1. Teej trying to muscle that 80 car right up underneath Gannett, and they get together down into 3.
Donald Teach on the inside. He is a master of this short track game. He's been doing it a long time. When it's time to go elbows up, Donald Teach is always ready.
Teach and Gannett rubbing up on each other down the back straightaway once again, trying to keep each other clean. Gannett pinned out on the outside, and that's going to pay off for Tagliani, who he'll take a piece of the Gannett 3 on the way by.
Tagliani with a good run on the inside. Alice Gannett doing everything he can up high, but his big task is to get down in front of the 47 of LP Dumoulin, and he will do that.
Dexter Stacey pinned up on the outside in the 92, trying to battle with Kevin Lacroix. We see it there briefly on the outside. And if he doesn't get in line, he'll find himself battling with Bergeron really quick in the number 1.
JP Bergeron not running on the lead lap, so he's not really an issue for them. But
Still
I guess
could be in the way.
You're about to get some fresh rubber. You might as well race as hard as you can, see what you can do. But now Dexter Stacey will drop back to the inside.
Andrew Ranger with some new cooling fluid underneath the hood of the Paille 27 has made his return to the speedway. So Ranger back in the battle, but not in contention for a win any longer.
No, that's for sure. Marc-Antoine Cameron has about 10 car lengths on Donald Teach. Alex Gannett's got a nose to the inside of Tagliani. Third place is much, much better than fourth when it comes to restarting this race for the second half.
And he locked up those tires on the inside of Tags. Managed to make it work. Now Tagliani on the back bumper. Going to push him back off into 1. But Gannett with a bit of gap between him. We see someone smoking that right from. Was that Tagliani?
I don't know. There was a couple of puffs of smoke there as they drove down into 1.
I got to wonder if Gannett's got a body rub there. He got rubbed up a couple times on the way by. Looks right about there, that same spot. We get that puff every time.
So the field single file most the way to the back.
Watch the 3 car. Right about here is where we get that little puff. And yeah, it's the same spot every lap. Don't see it in 3. Maybe see it one more time in 1. Maybe see if you can figure out what it is. Yeah, it's that same exact piece.
Very bizarre. Mike Saray, the flag man, I see the yellow flag in his hand. They generally want to make sure there's no position swapping hands, and there doesn't seem to be as we look around.
Yeah, everybody's single file. We expect Cameron will get the yellow very shortly here. It won't be this lap, though, as they'll keep it under green.
So right now, Donald Teach is a little bit quicker than Marc-Antoine Cameron. Could be a little gamesmanship by the driver of the number 96. We can't be sure, but Teach running some good laps at the moment.
Still rolling here. Rolling up to lap 155. Still no sign of the halfway break coming out just yet. The battle there with Tagliani and Gannett still raging. And still puffing smoke in the same spot.
Off of turn number 4, Cameron, that car has barely bobbled this entire race. The battle to watch is the one we've been focused on, the 3 of Alex Gannett. Trying to hold off Alex Tagliani. I wonder if the smoke is a distraction to Tagliani.
To me, it's the way the body's sitting down at one point, just giving a little rub on something. Don't see it too often, but it's Cameron, Teach, Gannett, Tagliani, and Dumoulin in the top 5. Trayton Lapsvich running in position number 9 still. Trying to get around the Lacroix 74.
JP Bergeron and Brandon Watson race side by side down the back straightaway. Bergeron in that 1 car on the inside. The 9 of Brandon Watson on the high side. That is a battle for, no it's not. JP Bergeron is a couple of laps down, and Brandon Watson's only 1 lap down.
Working here around the outside. They try and make this one work. Still a bit of smoke out of that 3 car. What's up with the halfway break, Adam? Did we have something wrong here? Was it supposed to be a halfway break?
I'm asking you right now.
Trying to figure out why we have not seen the yellow. Maybe we missed something, which is quite possible. Cameron, though, not really running away. He had half a track lead before that last yellow, and Donald Teach is not that far behind.
No, not at all in that beautiful orange number 80.
Not close enough to challenge, but not getting run away on either.
Alex Tagliani's got to be having fits inside that 18 machine, trying to get back to the 3 of Alice Gannett, but Gannett just quick enough to keep the 18 behind him. Oh, as I say that, Gannett goes up the racetrack in 3 and 4. Tagliani goes by. LP Dumoulin going to try. That smoke is getting worse.
That's engine smoke. That is engine smoke, Adam, when he gets off, and now he's off. That was engine smoke that whole time. So when he was getting off, instead of backfiring, it was puffing the smoke out.
Ooh.
Wow, and now all kinds of smoke, and this will likely be the halfway break, right?
I would imagine.
Don't really know.
Straight out the exhaust.
Yeah, I'm shocked we didn't notice that after 10 laps of it, but.
Right in front of us. So we'll look at this replay, and you can see a little bit of smoke trailing off the back, and it's coming out the front wheel well.
Well, I got to wonder if something blew there, and that's why he was backing it in. The car got loose on entries, maybe some fluids or something pouring out of it. Now, yes, we can definitely smell it here at the Speedway.
Well, when the engine fails, I've got to wonder if it's harder to get into the corner without the engine slowing the car down, but I guess it still would. It's still in, I don't know. That doesn't involve too much thinking. I shouldn't go to places that I don't know how to get out of.
The ASA Abloy team in now, pulling the hood on the Gannett number 3. We can send you a text. We're pretty sure we know what it is. Probably the team does as well. Going under the back end though, Adam, you know, the question was, could it have been a rear end? But no, we clearly seen it coming out with those exhaust pipes.
Yeah.
So it's coming from the front end of the car. And they know that now too as they work their way here underneath the hood. DJ Kennington also back on pit road in the Castrol 17.
So they've released Trayton Lapsevich to catch the tail end of the field. At the midway break of the race, that's what they do. The free pass goes around the pace car, because when they come back on the track, they just want to get right back to racing.
So the leader will lead them down through the pits to their pit stalls. They will have 5 minutes to go to work.
And they wait until all the cars are in the pits and all the cars have been shut down. They'll get some fresh General tires. They'll get some Sunoco fuel. Man, we got some great looks going on, don't we?
I was just going to say that beautiful look down pit road. If we could have that back, we got to send a happy birthday out to Claude, our camera 2 operator here today. Veteran, trained a lot on the staff over the years, and all the best to Claude.
One of the great guys. Fantastic that we get to see him just about every week in the summertime. But what a unique pit road we have here at Edmonton International Raceway. It is such a short track, they can't possibly fit enough cars on one side pit road. So they have a pit road on both sides with a wall that's only about 12 inches high, so it's easy to get over for these race teams.
There we get a look at the Tees Motorsports number 80 as they will go to work from the TSN crew mobile down in the pit area. They're bringing us these looks. Not sure if we'll hear from Todd Lewis. We have in the past. He may just magically pop in or pop out.
Yeah, if we hear him, it's a bonus because it definitely gives us something to chew on because he gets all the answers down there on pit lane.
And the crowd cheering for all the teams going to work down here. We're watching the Tagliani crew just in front of where Fritz is working on that right front. They got some damage on there. They'll likely tape that up and make sure the body supports and everything are still in place.
4 tires going on all of these race cars. As you say with Tagliani, they're taking a little bit more time on the right side. They'll make the repairs they need to make. Lots of time to make the adjustments that they need to make. The 96 of Cameron is already back on all 4. They've made that full change.
Still lots of daylight here, but you can tell the hot sun has faded behind the clouds a little bit. It's cooled off dramatically here since when we started about an hour ago. So I'm sure the teams will be making adjustments for that if needed. Just a reminder, we're back Wednesday live here on TSN Plus and Flow Racing from Saskatoon for 2 races.
That's right, a doubleheader Wednesday night. It's always a fun event. Should we take a break? Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be ready to set the table for the second half of the Bear 300.
Welcome back here to Edmonton International Raceway. We are just completed the halfway break, and we're getting ready to roll the lineup back out here onto the front straightaway. Once again, my name is Clinton Jeffrey, joined by Adam Ross here trackside as we get ready for the second half of the Bear 300 live from Edmonton International Raceway here in beautiful Wetaskiwin, Alberta. About 40 minutes south of Edmonton.
What are you talking about? We're in Edmonton. It's Edmonton International.
Yeah, but come on, Toronto Motorsports Park is out by Port Dover, so.
Beautiful Wetaskiwin. Looks like everybody with the exception of, and well, that's Alex Kinnett, the 3-car up in the air. We know they've got some challenges. We're looking up on the pit box at Scott Steckley, talking to Jeff Lapsevich. That's the coolest part of this racetrack right there. The hospitality suites and the spotter stand.
As soon as we get a look at it, we're not allowed to look at it.
Well, listen, you don't need to look long, just see it. You saw it. There you go.
There we go.
So we're in that little
booth.
Little booth in the bottom left of your screen, which is a phenomenal vantage point. The spotters are all the silhouettes you see up high, and that was the sun.
So cars still rolling out of here, out of the pits. We have the Pace car lined up on the front straightaway. Marc-Antoine Cameron has been the class of the field here today so far in the 96 car. Can he capitalize and continue to dominate in the remaining 133-ish we got left to go?
I'm a little curious about the 92 at Dexter Stacy. He's a lead lap car, but they held him until the very end to let him back out again. So I'm not sure if there's a penalty, if he's going to the back, or what the deal is there, but we'll know fairly shortly.
Yellow flag waving now from Starter and flag official Mike Churay.
Now this will be a challenging part of the race because these tires are stone cold. So they've just strapped on 4 fresh tires, and it does take a couple of laps for them to come to life. So these drivers are going to have to tiptoe. It's going to be a tough few laps for Donald Teague restarting in 2nd, LP Dumoulin restarting in 4th.
Still watching the crew thrash here on the Alex Gannett number 3. Trying to get it cool there. You see that little fan with the shroud on it. They'll put that right up to the rad and blow cold air right into it.
I have never seen an engine come back to life.
Yeah, it's tough. Tough to get them down.
Now we've got some people here from Yates, Roush Yates.
Yep.
The engine department. So the best of the best is here. No Alex Gannett climbing out of that race car. A disappointing ending for this young man.
Well, that explains it. You do see the Roush Yates Racing rep right there on the scene to assess what went wrong in the number 3.
We're going to see the 1 to go this time. They will double the field up. Donald Teague in the number 80 will pull alongside the 96 of Marc-Antoine Cameron. That will be your front row coming back to the restart.
Well, at the start of this race, Cameron just drove away and left them all in the dust. See what he can do for the second time on cold tires here today.
Same song, different verse. Let's get rolling with the second half. 129 laps to go here at Edmonton International in the Bear 300. Green flag is out once again.
Off to one they go. Cameron gets the roll he needs, but Donald Teague trying to keep him even. If Teague could get on the outside and pinch that 96 down, might have something, but the 96 should be so fast here today.
Oh, trouble again for Brandon Watson. That's got to be a transmission issue.
Maybe having trouble grabbing a gear. Oh no, it's more terminal than that.
Nice.
No?
He's still searching.
Yeah, good call.
Out in front, Tagliani picked up the second spot. Kevin Lacroix trying to work his way to 3rd. Remember, that 74 Kevin Lacroix was basically nowhere the first half of this race. They had struggle after struggle with that race car.
Hello, Tagliani, fresh off the win on the streets of Toronto. Got to be feeling good. Back under the wheel, this NTN. St. Hubert, I mean, it goes on and on. Genetech, Quick, he's got a million supporters out there and rewarding them now with a good run.
He's right up on the back end of Marc-Antoine Cameron. The time to put the pressure on is now. Remember, Cameron drove away at the start of this race. Alex Tagliani staying right in the tracks of that number 96. They've got a couple of car lanes back to Kevin Lacroix, the 80 of Donald Teague, the 47 of LP.
Tagliani is the driver who's done the best job of keeping Cameron in his sight so far in the race this evening. Most of the other drivers have been able to just sit there and watch him drive away.
I'll tell you, Thomas Neveu having the best race we've seen him have out there, running in the 6th spot. But Tagliani all over the back end of Marc-Antoine Cameron. He'll work down into 1 and 2. Cameron straight to the bottom of the racetrack.
Saw Connor James here today. Apparently he's going to be driving that 24 car in Saskatchewan is what we heard on Wednesday. So we'll follow up on that later in the week. But right now, Cameron with 180 on the board. 120 still to go. Trying to hold back and doing it well now, the Tagliani 18.
Cameron's put a couple of car lengths between himself and Tagliani. Kevin Lacroix a little further back as well in the 74. We watch Donald Teague apply the pressure to Kevin Lacroix in that battle for the 3rd spot.
Everybody looking for a little bit more traction, but as the speedway cools off a bit on these cold tires, going to take them a little bit. They got to be up to temp now and starting to get the grip they really want as Teague really applying the Nerf bar to the back end of the 74.
So what Teague is doing here is not leading up to a bump and run. He is just putting his bumper on the back of that 74, just trying to lighten it up for Kevin Lacroix. There's a bit of daylight there. but when he does get close enough, it's just a couple of nudges to try to shake the 74 off the bottom of the racetrack. If he gets wound up enough, he'll go on and give him one sharp hit. That's a bump and run. What he's doing here is kind of a classic massaging of the back end of Lacroix.
Well, we've seen it before. If you're not fast enough, let me go by because I can be faster. Now Teach on the inside. Can he clear the 74? Cannot as they're wheel-to-wheel back to 3.
He made that move right there in the middle of 3 and 4, trying to complete the pass. He's got the spot at the stripe. He should be able to clear the 74 on the exit of 2, and he will.
47 of LP Dumoulin will stick nose right in that battle. Right on the bumper of the Teach, 80 into the left side of the 74 Lacroix, and will clear the Napa machine.
The driver on the move right now is the 20th Drayton Lapsevich. He's in 7th, but he's driving to the inside of Thomas Naveau in the 24. He has caught the tail end of this battle, which could take him all the way up to 3rd.
Good clean run for Lapsevich so far. He's had to work extra hard today, as we know. Was scheduled to start outside the front row, had to start outside the back row. Still trying to work here now into the Lacroix 74.
I'm not sure. Andrew Ranger a number of laps down in that 27, but he's right there in the mix. Jamie Krizik in the 46 runs in the 9th spot, so he's in the free pass position. So he's got to fight hard for his track position and not let anybody by.
Lapsevich now alongside the 74 of Lacroix. Will try and clear him off to turn number 1, and he will do it. Now he'll drive after the 80. Lapsevich on the move now, makes his way up to 5th.
LP Dumoulin just took over the 3rd spot from Donald Teach. He's about a half a straightaway behind Alex Tagliani in the 2nd spot, but Dumoulin up to 3rd. Now Lapsevich trying for 4th.
Did you see where Dumoulin drove there? He had all 4 wheels inside the yellow here in turn 1 and 2.
It's a neat trick if you can do it.
He's working on it again down there, right up over the berm.
Now, to be clear, there is no rule. That yellow line is not out of bounds. But you will use up some rubber if you get down that far on the racetrack. But Dumoulin's 47 seems to like that line.
Yeah, he keeps hooking that left side of the car right around that concrete, just over top of the rumble strips. Lapsevich into 4th now, has cleared Teach and looking at the back end of that Dumoulin 47. Wow, a yellow could really change things here.
Definitely could, as Kevin Lacroix gives a tap to the 80 of Donald Teach. Lacroix has a long memory. He knows what Teach did to get around him, and now he's behind that 80 machine. I expect we might see the same kind of behavior, just right up on that back bumper to give him a push.
Well, like you said, not really ramming him, just letting him know and lightening up the back end, as we call it, jacking him up a bit.
He'll drive to the inside in 3 and 4. The car pushes up a little bit, drives back down the hill, and he will clear the 80 of Donald Teach.
So Teach, with the adjustments or whatever they've done at the halfway break, not paying off for him as he has faded back here into 6th position after running in 2nd after the break. We've just completed lap 200. 100 laps to go in the Bear 300.
There's a lot of action going on, Clinton, in different parts of the racetrack. Drivers on different laps. Cameron is the same old story. He's out in front. He's the fastest car on the racetrack, but I'm curious how close in speed that 20 of Drayton Lapsevich is.
Working here inside lap 100. Less than 1/3 of the race to go. We see the LP Dumoulin 47. He is currently running in position number 3. We see Lapsevich starting to hunt in on the back bumper of the WeatherTech Dodge.
Drayton Lapsevich turning a 13.57. The only car faster than him is Marc-Antoine Cameron with a 4.99, but he's got clear racetrack to work with. Well, at least he did. Now he's at the back of Glenn's tires in the 0, and he'll drive to the inside to put tires down one more lap.
Dumoulin with a big move to the inside of the Kalika 43. Lapsevich will follow him through that gap as well. Now Lapsevich really starting to pull up on the back bumper of the WeatherTech machine, trying to find his line underneath that Dodge.
In Trayton Lapsovich, he's got to drive. Oh, Dexter Stacy all the way to the outside wall in that 92.
He got out of gear or something there, got back into it, got rolling again. I thought we were going to have to go yellow with him slow on the front straightaway, but not the case.
He's back up to speed, but it looks like there might be a bit of smoke off the back of the 92 car. No?
I don't see it.
I think it was just debris from being as high on the track as he was.
Still watching the battle for third. Dumoulin has it. Lapsovich desperately needs it. Point leader coming into tonight, if you're just joining us late, had a kill switch issue that pushed him off the front row, and he has battled back through this field in the last 210 laps to find himself battling for third.
He's able to run a little lower in the corners than is LP Dumoulin, the 47. The duo was catching the 18 of Alex Tagliani. We are soon to have a three-car battle for the runner-up position in this Bayer 300.
Cameron once again with a 1/3 lap lead. He is going into turn number 2. And the battle behind him is just now coming off of 2, so he's got at least a straightaway. And Lapsovich has backed up from the 47, not applying the pressure like he was 5 laps ago.
No, that's for sure, Clinton, as Dexter Stacy has pulled that 92 down to the inside. He's going to take it to pit road. Dexter Stacy had been having a good run out there on the recap 92. Any hopes of a good finish have just disappeared.
That's another Ed Hackinson Racing car out with motor troubles as they will go under the hood of the Dexter Stacy 92.
I think that might be a Glenn Steyer's engine in that 92.
I don't know, there's been a lot of sharing and helping each other out.
Not sure at all. But I am sure that Alex Tagliani is about to have company. He's got about a car length gap back to the 47 of LP Dumoulin. Trayton Lapsovich about 4 inches off the back bumper of the Dumoulin 47.
Good run for LP Dumoulin tonight.
Never missed a lap. That's a cool statistic when you were by yourself in a category. The only driver who's finished on the lead lap of every one of these races.
So Lapsovich is the only hope inside the top 5 for a non-Quebec driver's streak to try and win a race here at Edmonton International Raceway with the NASCAR Pinty Series. And now Lapsovich looking hard up on the inside of the 47. 47 will wobble a little bit into 3 and open up the bottom.
Got a great run to the inside, got the nose to the inside, but wouldn't give it up. Trayton Lapsovich moves up to the 3rd spot. He'll try to close in on the 18 of Alex Tagliani. He's half a lap behind our race leader, Marc-Antoine Cameron.
Now with clear track in front of him in a lane of his choice, may help Lapsovich roll up to the back end of the tag 18. Teammates here for Steckley Racing.
Watching some of the slower traffic in the corners, racing too wide. A lot of different lines being run, a lot of drivers on different laps. And they're all trying to coexist on a very small racetrack.
Problems for the 46. Krizik was way slow off 4, flat right front on the 46 of Jamie Krizik.
Flat right front tire, he's down out of the groove. I believe he'll be able to make it to the pits without requiring a yellow flag. He was fortunate to keep that car mostly out of the concrete.
Dexter Stacy back out in the recap recovery, drink 92. So whatever was wrong with that car, they got it fixed to at least get out here and finish. 225 on the board, now 226, that leaves 74 to go.
Tagliani clears the 1 of JP Bergeron. Now Trayton Lapsovich will have to do that. He wants to keep from lap traffic getting between himself and that 2nd place car. He's got a good hot rod, that FBM DSR Delta Bingo number 20, turning some sweet laps out there as they clear Chantel Kalika and close in on Matt Shirley in the 28.
Matt Sheridan will be the next one that Tags will have to deal with. We see the nose all buffed up. He's been active today.
Well, it's that kind of racetrack, Clinton. Sometimes you got to make your own opportunity.
Let's not forget how Tags left it last year. Their car was absolutely destroyed here at the end of the race.
Yeah, he and Brandon Watson got into it late in that race. A memorable moment for sure in the 2022 season.
Lapsevich doesn't appear to be rolling in on the back end of Tagliani too much. 70 to go.
The next 2 laps will tell the story. They finally got into clear traffic, so let's see who's quicker in open track. They're only going to have the open track for about 3 or 4 laps, but that will tell the tale, and right now they're within 1,000th of a second of each other.
The lead for Cameron is pretty much exactly a half track over Tagliani, Lapsevich, Dumoulin, and Lacroix.
Lapsevich is a hair faster than the Tagliani number 18, and they're about to encounter some slower traffic, so does Lapsevich want to catch up? And if he's going to move Tagliani, he'll want to do it before they get into that heavy traffic, Clint.
Well, they got 3 drivers that had problems ahead of them. The first one will be Brandon Watson. We think transmission issues. We see the hood still off on the 92, and we know the 17 was overheating. So all those cars not at full speed. That should allow these guys to get around them fairly easy, or at least get into some trouble.
And when they get to that slower traffic, when they actually get there and Tagliani makes the move, all Lapsevich and Dumoulin can do is follow him, because you're not going to make it 3 wide on a track like this.
But licking their lips as they can see that Tagliani 18 is going to have to deal with them. Dexter Stacey pulls off to the left. Watson has to take evasive action, and that will bring Tagliani right up on the inside corner of the Leland Industries number 9.
Tagliani will clear the 9. The 20 of Trayton Lapsevich trying to stay as close as he can to the 18. He'll clear him as well through 3 and 4. LP Dumoulin is right there. What a battle for the second spot.
Tight, close racing here at Edmonton International Raceway. It's the NASCAR Pinty Series working towards the last 50 laps. We're still at 62 to go.
Tagliani runs a tighter line on corner entry, so Lapsevich to go a little higher on the straightaway and cut down to the turn where Tagliani is a little bit more defensive, although that lap it was basically the opposite.
Well, they've got around the Watson and the 92 of Dexter Stacey, who's just pulling back onto the surface now after multiple trips to the pit area. DJ Kennington is the next one that they will have to contend with. We continue to watch the battle between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
So Lapsevich backed up turn 1 and 2 that last lap. It almost allowed Dumoulin to make a nudge at him. It didn't work. He didn't get a good enough run through 1 and 2, but he's got a nice run now. Can't quite get the nose to the inside of Tagliani, but Lapsevich definitely getting around the ends better than the 18 these last couple of laps.
Yes, definitely getting closer to pounds here, as Tags will have to deal with that Castro 17 of Kennington. He'll get to the inside now, and that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But Lapsevich right down, trying to get lower than the 18.
Right on the back bumper of the 18 of Tagliani rides Lapsevich. Marc-Antoine Cameron a half a track ahead of this battle for the second spot.
Still, this is the excitement factor in this race. We've shown a lot of it for you in the last 40 or so laps. These are the cars that are having to deal with each other to grab some positions. Now Steyer's up out of the way. He'll wave them on through.
Steyer's way up to the outside of the racetrack. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th sneak on by DJ Kennington as well. Now Tagliani with clear racetrack for about a lap and a half before he's going to get to the 84 of Larry Jackson.
Still Tagliani looking very good in position number 2. You know, Lapsevich reeled up to him but has not been able to do anything to capitalize on taking that position away. Getting closer to the inside corner. Pretty soon he's going to have to start using the bumper.
He almost did there, I thought, as he worked into turn number 3. Now they'll go to the outside of Larry Jackson.
Jackson and Tagliani almost get together a little bit.
Tag goes high in 3 and 4. Lapsevich right up on the back bumper. Let's see if he can get through 1 and 2 and get a run down the back stretch. Closes on the back bumper. He drives to the inside of the 18.
Visibly better through 1 and 2 is Trayton Lapsevich. And he gets a good run off of 4 up the back door of the 18. Let's see what happens here off of 2. Can he get the run? Yes, Tags is loose.
Tagliani bobbled there in turn number 2. That was the break Lapsevich needed to get to the inside. LP Dumoulin as well. Contact as smoke comes off the General tires. As LP Dumoulin to the inside of Tagliani. Tagliani trying to close the door.
And LP hungry here tonight, trying to get down low. Already drove up on the left rear quarter. Right there again with the right front, trying to push that 18 car up to the outside groove, and he'll do it. Clear him, and here we go. LP Dumoulin up into 3rd.
Tagliani back to the 4th spot. Trayton Lapsevich up to 2nd. He will need a yellow flag with 45 laps to go. He will not close in on that 96 of Marc-Antoine Cameron, at least not quick enough to mount a challenge for the lead. So at this point, Trayton Lapsevich just needs to turn laps, conserve as much tire and brake as he can.
If it ended right now, though, what a rebound for Trayton Lapsevich and that Steckley team to make something out of what could have been a terrible day. But Adam, we are due for a yellow. It's been a long time.
It's been quite a while. It's kind of what we expected in the second half of this race. But generally, as you get close to the end of the race, there is usually one final caution that sometimes leads to 2 or 3 final cautions.
Very true. Still got our eyes on the Lapsevich 20. Cameron is a full half straightaway or half track out front. In fact, he's 3/4 of a track out front now.
Oh, trouble in 3 and 4. Thomas DeVille makes contact with Jamie Krizik. What a save by Krizik in the 46, right in front of Lapsevich.
And no yellow. I think Lapsevich had that split second to finish him off to get the yellow he needs, but can't do it. Well, Cameron is almost on the same straightaway as Lapsevich.
If I'm Trayton Lapsevich, I'm on the radio talking about all the debris that's on the track from that contact.
Thomas Navu on the back door. He's got the right front punched out on the 24. Dumoulin behind him, running in position number 3.
And Navu has a fast race car in that 24, but now is not the time to drive against these lead lap race cars as Marc-Antoine Cameron works his way into traffic. Cameron is actually less than a straightaway behind Clinton, like you said.
Coming up on the back end. Still a long way back, but in terms of a lead, it's massive. And I assume you're looking to see how far he's lapped up to.
I am so. The last car on the lead lap is Donald Teege in the 80.
So position number 6.
No, Donald Teege is not on the lead lap.
So we're up to 5th then. Kevin Lacroix.
Kevin Lacroix.
Last car on the lead lap. And don't look now, but Marc-Antoine Cameron is a half straightaway and 2 cars behind him, almost lapping into the top 5.
So Thomas Navu in the 24 runs in the 7th spot, but he just got passed by Kevin Lacroix, who runs in the 5th spot.
A story of cars strung out all around the speedway. More than ever, cars on different laps than we normally see. But that's a product of this short track. Very easy to get up on and start lapping the back markers.
LP Dumoulin able to keep pace with the 20 of Trayton Lapsevich. They've opened up about 12 car lengths on the 18 of Alex Tagliani. So 2nd and 3rd running fairly close together as they work down into 1 and 2.
Boy, what a caution would do for this race. And then we would see some fireworks, I think.
Well, we definitely see some excitement, that's for sure. Right now there is excitement, but it's for the 2nd spot.
Inside 30 to go here in the Bear 300, the last 10% of this event. is what we've got in front of us. Once again, we're at Edmonton International Raceway, round 6 of the NASCAR Pinty Series.
LP Dumoulin half a car length behind the 20th Drayton Lapsovich. They race down into 3 and 4. There's not a ton of traffic in front of this duo. Behind them, they've got 4 race cars and then the race leader, Marc-Antoine Cameron.
They are 2 wide in front of this 96 Paillet car, who has been picture perfect all day here. Practice didn't go great for him, but after that, it has not looked back one bit. This team has been flawless today.
Yeah, Cameron holding the pretty wheel all night long as he drives to the inside of Matthew Shirley in the 28. A good-looking race car for Matthew Shirley. Sponsorship from Magnolia Management. Cameron was able to get to the inside, but Shirley beat him off the corner last lap. Cameron had to settle back down and take another run. This time he gets by him successfully.
Steyer's up to the outside. He was one of the teams that read the riot act by the crew, said, hey, we need to take this thing clean to Saskatoon. We're still learning out here. Let's not wad this baby up tonight. And just as I say that, they get together with Matthew Shirley and nearly wad it up.
Steyer stuck up on the outside. Krizik goes by. Brandon Watson going by. Thomas Neville right behind them. And Clinton, that's as much a spotter issue as it is anything else. And communication, making sure Glenn can hear clearly what the spotter's telling him.
Leader working his way, this time off of turn number 4. We have 20 laps to go. And he's already back within 2 handfuls to wrap this one up. Well, 4 handfuls anyways.
Kevin Lacroix, the next car immediately in front of Marc-Antoine Cameron, runs in the 5th spot. But he is about to go a lap down if Cameron is able to get any closer. He's driving that Napa 74 hard, but Cameron is just that much quicker.
Yeah, you got to wonder what the crew is telling Cameron now. Just ride these last 18 and we've got it in the books. Unless a yellow comes out, it's going to be tough to beat that car today. Even if one comes out, it's going to be tough.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Cameron, the car did something strange as he went around Lacroix. He really stayed low on the racetrack. But now he's opened up on the 74 machine. 4 cars remain on the lead lap. 15 laps to go.
Get a look at some of the guys who had trouble here today. Watson, Shirley, Krizik. Good to have the Western drivers join us here for the Western Swing this week.
Chantel Kalika gets sideways on the inside of Dexter Stacy. Now Tagliani goes by on the inside. Right behind him is Cameron, then Lacroix, then JP Bergeron. So Cameron looking to put a lap down the 4th place car of Alex Tagliani in the 18.
Not a mark on that 96 car so far today. He has been absolutely perfect. The crew would like to just wash it and bring it back.
Now it's going to be a battle for the free pass position. Kevin Lacroix does not want Alex Tagliani to get a free pass should we get a late race yellow. So they're going to race hard for that 4th position.
Lacroix imposes his will on the 18 and will move him up into position number 3.
That is exactly what he did as Cameron goes by with 10 laps to go.
Fans out there praying for a yellow. Cameron hoping he don't have to deal with one. Everybody's got different agendas here inside the last 10.
They do so, and looking around the racetrack, you know, this is the point, Clinton, where you look at contentious battles. The only potential yellow I see right now that's obvious is the battle for 4th between Kevin Lacroix and Alex Tagliani. Tagliani to the inside of the 74. They race down into 3 and 4. Tagliani with position.
I agree. If we're going to have one, it could be by these 2 veterans. But they both know they're having a good day. Can they just calm down? and stay inside the top 5? That's the question. But if you know Kevin Lacroix or Tagliani, the animals that they are in behind the wheel, neither are going to be content to ride.
These were the two drivers who battled for victory on the streets of Toronto last week. It was a clean battle, a fun race to watch as Tag gets to the inside of Glenn's tires, develops a bad push. Here comes Kevin Lacroix.
5 and even less than that to go for Marc-Antoine Cameron. He comes off turn 4 with 4 laps to go.
Kevin Lacroix trying to close in on the 18 of Tagliani as they work off of turn number 2. Tag able to keep that car low. Cameron leaving them in his trail.
Lacroix doesn't seem to be able to do anything with Tagliani, who runs in 4th. 5th is Lacroix. Ahead of them, Lapsevich 3rd, Dumoulin 2nd, and Cameron with the dominant lead so far. He's got 2 left to go, now 1.5 at him. What a day it's been for the defending and reigning champion of the series, Marc-Antoine Cameron.
Unbelievable run. Kevin Lacroix getting to the inside of Tagliani on the last lap. Contact into turn number 1. Lacroix rubs Tagliani up the racetrack, but the story is up ahead. The Bayer 300 will go to Marc-Antoine Cameron.
What a drive for him. LP Dumoulin with a solid run in 2nd.
No, Trayton Lapsevich runs in the 2nd spot.
Oh,
LP to the inside.
I forgot Cameron was so far out front.
Yeah,
what a rebound for Lapsevich to come back from the tail end all the way up to 2nd here tonight.
It really was. And I've got to ask the truck, do we have access to Todd for victory lane, or do I need to go down?
We are good.
And the crowd is pumped up. They're cheering Clinton. They really appreciate. That was a good stock car race. There was a lot of battles. Cameron had control of the field. But it was a heck of a battle for the 2nd spot on back.
Marc-Antoine Cameron really slow victory lap here as he salutes everybody down here in the VIP suites in turn number 1 and 2.
So 2 drivers had issues basically with their steering wheel before the race because the kill switch is on the steering wheel, is it not? So Trayton Lapsevich and the 96 and Marc-Antoine Cameron, a bizarre series of events.
Cameron will bring this one around into victory lane where Todd Lewis and the rest of our TSN crew are standing by.
I was looking forward to Alex Tagliani and Kevin Lacroix were directly across pit road from each other, so I was looking forward to that exchange, but Tagliani's driven right around the back of the pits.
We see them down in victory lane. Todd Lewis will be joining in shortly. And we'll get a good look at that gorgeous Paille Chevrolet number 96.
Cool as a cucumber, the driver of the 96, Marc-Antoine Cameron, getting congratulations from NASCAR official Mike Wagner and getting the hat that he's meant to put on.
As we mentioned, we'll be back this coming Wednesday with a doubleheader, 2 races from Sutherland Raceway in Saskatoon.
Always a good time when we head out to Saskatoon. So Tagliani went back to the garage and now has come back to pit road again. Cameron with the helmet off. He's going to take the balaclava and the head and neck restraint. He is all smiles.
How could he not be after the day he had here? Absolutely flawless and rewarded with the trip out west. Here he is. Let's throw it down.
And back-to-back here in Edmonton, Marc-Antoine Cameron is your winner from the pole today with a dominating car, that number 96. Robin McCluskey, the crew chief, back this week after serving a 1-race penalty. Mark, the smile on your face. What a dramatic start with the radio issues, but then a dominating car the whole way.
Yeah, thanks to the guys. I mean, the car was incredibly fast, easy to drive. I mean, thanks to my crew chief, and all my team, actually, the GM. They did a great job. What a call we have today.
Marc-Antoine Cameron is your winner in Edmonton. We'll do French.
So, what a great day it was here at Edmonton International Raceway. Just a quick reminder again, we're back at Sutherland Automotive Speedway for race 7 and 8 on the series, and that will be Wednesday, Central Standard Time, 6:05 p.m. and 8:30 for the second race.
It's been a lot of fun. What a show it was here in Edmonton, Clinton. And really, there's going to be a few engine changes before we head over to Saskatoon, but not a lot of damage to report. Just some little bit of rubbing, but racing.
Yeah, for the most part, everybody got out clean, and these teams hopefully can enjoy some of the great countryside and all the great things we have to experience here in Alberta and Saskatoon over the next week. A lot of the teams are actually staying out here and, just going to enjoy their week.
Take a couple of days to relax. Take one day to do maintenance on these.